story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is currently meeting with the political leaders of Jammu and Kashmir at his residence in Delhi. This meeting began at 3 p.m. this afternoon, and those are the first pictures of that meeting that are in fact coming in at the moment. We'll of course get you the very latest on what's happening at that meeting. But these are pictures of the first major political outreach as far as the government of India is concerned towards the political parties in Jammu and Kashmir after the scrapping of the special status under Article 370 back in 2019. Now, the meeting, of course, was aimed at setting on course the political process in Jammu and Kashmir, which so far, since the abrogation of Article 370, appears to have been in comatose. Now, President's rule was put in place in 2018 when the BJP snapped ties with Mehbooba Mufti's PDP. And since then, of course, there has been President's rule that's been in place. Jammu and Kashmir parties will be sounded out on the delimitation or the redrawing of constituencies. This is the first step towards assembly polls being conducted in Jammu and Kashmir. And it's going to be extremely interesting to see whether there is anything further on the delimitation process, any further on the timelines, and of course, whether there is anything on the special status of Jammu and Kashmir, the grant of statehood, a demand of the political parties who are currently sitting across the table with the Prime Minister. Let's go across to our team of reporters tracking all details and developments of this story. Sunil Prabhu joins us from Delhi. Nazir Masoodi joins us from Srinagar. Sunil, to you first. Is the meeting still underway? We're getting in the first pictures of that meeting, a bit of a photo op, presumably before the meeting. What's the latest that you're picking up?
Well, as you saw those pictures, and those say a million words, if you can understand for those people who were jailed, who had been under home arrest, they had to move Supreme Court for their release, and now they are on the same table with the Prime Minister, the Home Minister and the Lieutenant Governor to talk about the political process and the way forward. If you see, those pictures also explain not only is there a galaxy of top leaders from Jammu and Kashmir, also the National Security Advisor present there. The focus, of course, is clearly, as has been pointed out, no agenda, but definitely an opportunity for the Prime Minister, the Home Minister and the Lieutenant Governor to hear political parties and see what is the way forward in terms of restoration of the political process in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. A lot has happened since August 5th, after both houses of Parliament had passed to a constitutional amendment, the removal of Article 370, the special status to Jammu and Kashmir. We now have to wait and see what do they have to offer, what do political parties have to say. We know what they have to say in terms of be it the PDP or the National Conference. They are quite clear that the special status of Jammu and Kashmir needs to be restored. But that seems a difficult task at this stage. So what's the way forward is something that we'll have to wait and see in terms of what the Prime Minister and the Home Minister have to offer to them.
Right. And, given the fact, Nazir, that, Sunil's been reporting that as far as the government is concerned, it is, restoring special status, which is the red letter word. Are political developments likely to move forward? Can this meeting actually result in anything if that's off the table, if that's off the charts?
Well, will this move beyond the photo op? But the first picture is very, very significant. You see, before the formal meeting started, I can see the pictures, Prime Minister taking group picture with all the leaders. Umar Abdullah, Farooq Abdullah, Ghulam Nabi Azad in the front row and other leaders there as well. A message sending, because it has happened of a lot of bitter, lot of mistrust. Same people he had jailed are now there with his meeting. He's taking first picture with them, then starting a meeting, sending a message, perhaps trying to bridging, the gap, which was created after abrogation of 370 and these people were put in jail. Will that bitterness be removed with this meeting? Will there be any tangible outcome of this meeting? What political parties have said, they are very clear about their stand. They are saying their stand is restore the state as it was on August 4, 2019, which means special status as well as full statehood. And also it means Ladakh as well, which is now a separate union territory. In fact, Farooq Abdullah held consultations with representatives from Ladakh as well as Jammu to take everybody on board and put across this point in the meeting. What led to this meeting? Was there any internal compulsion or internal requirement? Perhaps no, because till yesterday government was saying, look how great things are going without those traditional leaders who are corrupt, who are looted Kashmir and who are responsible for all misery. Then suddenly we see last week, there was an invitation to them, come and join our party meeting to discuss the future. There's no specific agenda, and the parties here say there's a very positive signal from the center because there are no red lines, what they should talk and what they should not talk in that meeting. That's why they stick to their guns and say, we're supposedly raising, abrogation of 370 and want restoration of 370 special status as well as statehood. How it is going to play out, this is a very, very, very crucial meeting. In fact, a landmark meeting in many ways. First meeting after abrogation of 370, and also beyond Kashmir, it is the first decision Prime Minister has taken, and then he is calling this meeting with his opponents he has jailed, perhaps to revisit some of those decisions, review some of those decisions. What is in his mind? Nobody exactly knows. Only we may get certain indications after the meeting is over.